This is What's That Sound video podcast number 3. This one devoted to topics in harmony in music, and especially harmony as it occurs in rock music. Well, in podcast number 2, we talked a little bit about scales and how when you play a scale, in this case I'll play a C major scale, we assign to each element in a scale a scale degree or a scale degree number. So in the key of C, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're back to 1, which is 8, 1, the same note again. We call those scale degrees. We said that one valuable thing about having this idea of scale degree is we can transfer information between keys. So once we have a scale degree, the information is not specific to any particular key. If I know something about the scale degrees in a song in C, it translates quite easily into doing the song in the key of G or A flat or B flat or F sharp or whatever. Well, we're going to do the same thing as a way of understanding harmony. Now, instead of having a single note on each note of the scale, we're going to have an entire chord. So rather than playing just one note as I go up the scale, I'm going to give each note in the scale a chord of its own. So as it turns out, that sounds something like this, a kind of chord scale. And I can number each of these just like I did scale degrees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 8, and 1 being the same again. Now, what musicians do in order to keep these chord numbers straight from the regular scale degree numbers, the scale degree numbers are written in Arabic numerals the way we number everything, you know, addresses, telephone numbers, and that kind of thing. But for harmony, they use Roman numerals. So this would be Roman numeral number 1, Roman numeral number 2, Roman numeral 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're back to 1 again. So when musicians talk about harmonies, oftentimes they'll talk about them in terms of these Roman numeral numbers. I've been in many rehearsals where we've been learning new tunes for a show or something, and somebody said to me, this is an easy tune, we're using nothing but 1, 4, 5. And when they say that, they mean that when we're working in that key, there are really only three chords that are going to be in play during the entire song. So let's say we're in the key of A major. If only 1, 4, and 5 are in play in that song, that means that I really only have to worry about the chord A, based off the first scale degree, the chord D, built off the fourth scale degree, A, B, C sharp, D is the fourth scale degree, and the chord E, based off the fifth scale degree. So as I'm learning the song, I know there are really only 3 chord options for me as I go through. It makes it much easier to learn. So something, for example, using 1, 4, and 5 in A might sound like this. And if I had to transpose that immediately in the key of F or the key of E flat or D or something like that, I could do it very quickly because I know it just uses 1, 4, and 5. Now, I've been speaking just up to this point about the major key. And major key, of course, in popular music is often used in things that sound pretty, perhaps more lyrical, and it gives a general kind of almost happy affect. But we can also use minor keys. And of course, the chord scale in minor is going to work out differently, and that's what's going to give us the difference in sound between major and minor. So for example, in a minor key, let's say I go to A minor. That has a very different affect from the same thing played in A major. So as a musician, you very quickly learn the difference between major and minor. Oftentimes, keys are even based on pentatonic scales, the way we talked about in the second video podcast. So if we have a minor pentatonic scale in A, for example, we can have music that just follows that scale up, usually in what are called parallel fifth power chords. So something like that might go. those are just some of the ways that harmony operates in rock music.